Alright everybody, welcome to my 7th episode of this, Dangerous Waters. And there you can see I'm going to take out the Seawolf, ASW patrol, so anti-submarine, lots of Mark 48s for this. And let's get into it. Alright, and there she is. Again, this thing's such a beast. Yeah, it's on hard difficulty, so here's our mission status. Going to be going up against Victor 3 and 2 Akulas. So the best of the best the Russians have. But again, I'm pretty confident with this platform. It shouldn't be too hard. Alright, sonar starting to get some data in. Now I'm looking at my water depth, about 300 feet of water, so I've chosen not to deploy an array. And just slight course change and trying to get some sonar data. Again, just a beast of a submarine. Okay, we've got a couple hostile targets here. Sonar says a Victor 3 and an Akula.
Aye, sir.
I don't know why, who knows, the mission of it or whatever, but why the Victor 3 is choosing to do 17 knots. Alright, but the tube one away.
Con, sonar. Unit is running normally.
And now Sierra 3 has turned out to be a trawler. So at least I didn't waste a weapon on that. And make that a neutral. There we go. And just a, yeah, like I said, this, even without the towed array in, the spherical array up front and the wide aperture array, really pretty impressive stuff. Alright, so decided we got close to the target, so went ahead and went to 3D mode and see what we can see. Yeah, the weapon is pretty good, close to the target. Hopefully we get a kill here shortly. Alright, seems to be tracking nicely.
Con, sonar.
It breaks to the north. Alright, so that was its noisemaker, countermeasure if you will, so we lost that weapon. Alright, let's get to our target display and start setting up for another attack. Love the sounds of the torpedo tubes decompressing. Alright, let's do a quick reload. And we still got, yep, 1 second old.
Tube 2. Aye, sir.
I'm sorry, 1 minute old, 1% error. So let's fire another shot at him.
Con, sonar. Unit is running normally.
Okay, I'm not sure
Launch
what
tube
I'm
3.
here. Yeah.
Aye,
Okay.
sir.
Alright, so I am on hard settings, so I've decided here to, from here on out, I'm going to do at least 2 weapons per target. And then launch salvos. And there we go. 2, 3 away.
Con, sonar. Unit is running normally.
Alright, pretty much right on top of the target. Yeah, there we go, where's kill.
Con, sonar. Lost the wire. Tube 2.
Need some more explosions. Alright, 0-1. Drop that track. Alright, so the sim says this was the Akula 1. So my sonar guys had misclassified it as the Victor. But regardless, we've got one of the 3 subs taken out. And as she goes down to Davy Jones, we'll get set up to find another one. Yeah, just double checking. It was the Akula 1. So there's Sierra 2. So it looks like what had happened there. My weapon missed Sierra 2 and continued north to the Akula. So we got lucky there. And here I'm going to decide to let the target come to me. Target solution was over 20% inaccurate, or the bearing error. So decide here to do what the Seawolf does best and just be nice and quiet. So as they say, we're going to make like a hole in the water, slow down my speed, and wait for Sierra 2, the Victor 3, to come to me. Alright, I got a couple tubes to reload. Probably in real life, not a good idea to do this so close to a hostile sub. But I got to do it anyway. I don't have to, as you can see. I got plenty of other Mark 48s. I mean, it's just crazy here. I've got over 50 Mark 48s on board. 8 torpedo tubes. I'm not going to run out of ammo at all during this mission. Alright, there we go. The torpedo set up. Now I'm looking at a 15% bearing error, so still not good enough. I'll actually just go DIW, dead in the water, and just again be patient and wait. Quick look at my broadband stacks here on the spherical array. And just nice stable contact. 03, I don't know what that one is. I think that might be that. No, it's a merge target for the merchants. I don't know. But regardless, I'm just worried about CR2. But yeah, 3's kind of bugging me. Okay, it says 2,300 yards away. There we go. There we go. 4% bearing error. And I think I can live with 4% solution. New contact down to the southeast. Would kind of make sense for the other Akula. So we've taken out one Akula to the northwest. And we're going to attempt to take out the Victor 3 right now.
Aye, sir.
Go to Tube 1 again. Should go up the starboard side of the boat. There she is. And weapon away.
Con, sonar. Unit is running normally.
Okay, good report. Hot, straight, normal.
I'll head 1/3. How am I?
Let's do a
Come
little
left
bit
to
of speed
course.
increase
2,
and come left.
0, 9. How am I?
I don't like just staying where I'm at whenever I fire. Okay, I mean this is pretty much point blank range. Should not miss. Messing around with some video effects here. Still trying to learn the video program that I'm working with. Looks pretty cool, a little nostalgic there. Okay, enough of that. And decided, looks like Tube 1 was going northwest of the target. So another weapon away.
Con, sonar. Unit is running normally. Con, sonar. Loud explosion on the bearing of Sierra 2.
Alright,
Con, sonar,
and
lost the wire,
again, got
2-1.
lucky right there. And there's the Victor 3.
Con, sonar. Torpedo in the water.
Modeling's
Bearing
pretty good. The Victor 3 doesn't have
1,
as high as a
0,
sail as the Akulas. They do have that array pod on the stern fin though. And she's going down bow heavy. And drop that track now. Again, that's just a sonar track. We know reality is right there.
Come right to course. 2, 6.
Up there
2.
to the
How
northwest. So it looked like she evaded. To evade the weapon, she turned away from it and went flank. And just didn't have enough time to get away. Now here I decided just to track this torpedo to see if it might acquire the wreck of that Victor 3. Torpedo seemed to go awful deep. It's kind of weird. I did notice it looked like the Victor 3, the modelers had it go shallow. But again, the 48 is such a capable weapon. Again, effective against surface ships as well as subs, wire guided, active and passive modes, etc., etc., etc. And there she goes, bow down into the floor of the ocean. Alright, so on Akula 1, gone. Victor 3, gone. And we just have that Akula 2. I'm suspecting somewhere down to my southeast that we have to go after. Yeah, so we'll just let this weapon, it's harmless now. We'll let it continue on its own until it runs out of steam.
Con sonar, lost the wire, tube 4.
And as soon as I shut the door, of course, the wire gets cut. And there's no more threat for that to find, or even a friendly to worry about. So yeah, I'll just let it go off to the northwest. Alright, now, probably Sierra 4 is my Akula 2. Okay, 3 minutes old. Okay, then it's 0 minutes old.
Come left to course. 1, 4,
There we
3.
go. Let's make
Helm
a turn. Start heading down to the southeast.
Raise the ESM mast. Keep the watch eye.
So here I decided to go ahead and come up to PD, number 1, to check the radio, see if I got the points in for the mission, and also while I'm up here, go ahead and do a quick electronic scan here, ESM, see what radars are out there. So right where I'm at, that should be the surface contact, that neutral target. So it's always nice if I'm here. There we go, it is a trawler, so we'll mark that. That'll be added to it. And looks like a sailboat. Okay.
Lower the ESM mast. Chief of the watch. Raise the antenna. Chief of the watch eye.
And I'll put the radio antenna up. And kind of confused. Usually by now I would have received traffic from headquarters. I'm going to check down here again. And it tells me right there, monitor comms traffic. So I'll try it again later. And I was going to go ahead and do a visual 360 and decided against it. The sea state's pretty rough too, and that might be interfering with my comms, the antenna.
All ahead flank. Helm eye.
Now I try to do something that in real life I don't think any sub skipper would do, but I'm going off flank, heading toward the threat target. But there's what we look like doing 40 knots. And we are kicking up some cavitation back here. Again, that pump jet propulsion system doing its thing. We have those flank arrays on the port starboard side. Just a great platform, this Seawolf class. If only we could have had a whole fleet of 30 of them. But so I'm making a lot of noise, of course, with that cavitation, and as expected, the enemy picked me up. So I have at least one torpedo to my southeast, so right off the bat I decided to turn away from it. And let's see, there we go, yep, so there's the bearing of the weapon.
Launch countermeasures.
So get those countermeasures out.
Launch countermeasures. Aye.
Okay, I'm not too concerned really. I think the torp won't hit me since I'm already doing 40. It's not like I have to build up the speed. Just do a quick U-turn, get some countermeasures out. Now this weapon to my northwest, that is a weapon. I'm scratching my head on that because A, it's right where I'm going. So I'm going to reduce speed a little bit. See if sonar can pick up some other stuff. So I really am confused about that. I'm like, okay, the guy's definitely to my southeast. The weapon came from that direction. I don't know another. I don't have it picked up yet on the intercept. Just gotta worry about the guy to the south.
095 feet. Dive by.
Change depth. I think it's really gonna matter here.
3, 2,
We'll do it
9.
anyway.
Helm eye.
Launch countermeasures.
So countermeasures out there. Hate that pinging sound. I hate it. And off to the distance there, you can see the countermeasure behind the boat. Big bubble of water. And we're hoping the Russian torpedo runs into that. Alright, we're tracking it down there on sonar.
Loud explosion. Bearing 16.
Alright, I like that. So one of our countermeasures did take out that torpedo. Alright, so now I'm going to work my way back around to the southeast. That's the old track of the weapon. But I'm not sure. Nope, never mind. He did fire 2. Or did he? See? So now I got this target at 315, this weapon. I'm getting confused here. I know there shouldn't be anything. Possibly he launched, I think it's the SSN-15, like an ASROC, so an airdrop weapon that he fired off. It's possible.
Come right to course.
Anyway, so
1,
adjust accordingly.
5. Helm aye.
Work on getting away from him.
Loud explosion. Bearing
Yeah, that's the old track right there. We can drop it. And now the weapon's gone. So pretty confusing. I don't know what happened there. But at this point now it's back to just hunting the last Akula that I know has got to be somewhere down to the southeast. That's 16 minutes old. Let's get rid of that. So.
Stream the starboard.
And you can get the shallow water here at the side to get that starboard
sonar,
way out.
have a new contact. Bearing
Should hit that
3,
11.
4, 4. Designated Sierra 8. Con sonar.
And here we go. So I decided to dust off my skills with narrowband analysis. Yeah, so I'll figure out what the computer, filter on, filter off. I think you have to have a solid signal there. There you go. It always wants to divert back to the LA. Maybe it just starts there. I don't know. So here I'm just cycling through the signatures. Signatures, of course, show up at the bottom. That middle one is the tonals. Various sources like blade and engine sources that are showing up. Basically like a spectrum analyzer. But I'm really concerned about Akula. And no. Too loud. There we go. And I like that right there. Nice and weak, faint, that you would expect from an Akula or any quiet submarine. So definitely looking like a subsurface contact. And it reverted back to, so right now I'm just figuring out which one of these, this mess, is more likely the Akula, and I'm really going to rule that stuff out. I don't know what sonar is doing there. I don't think there's an Akula up there. 3-minute old target, probably crap.
Come left to course. 0, 5, 4. Helm aye.
And again, I always like to, if I think he's down there to the southeast, and I think he is, then what I like to do is just put the array like perpendicular to him. Put as much of those hydrophones on the source. There's Sierra 12, and there you go. You look down in the narrow band. So Sierra 12, I'm making my call. That's probably the Akula. And as you can see, this is off of the towed array. So it goes back to the LA. LA looks very much like an Akula on this simulator. So it doesn't have an Akula 2 in there, so Akula 1 has to do, but there you go. I like those tonals. They're lining up perfectly. So Sierra 12 it is. And then obviously just surface targets there.
5, 4.
So we're at a lot of surface targets. We just had the one trawler out here and a possible sailboat. So surface picture's starting to get cluttered. But let's go ahead and classify this guy as a hostile and get ready to kill it. We'll go with Akula 2. There we go. Alright, 8,300 yards away.
Come right to course.
Now let's start
0,
turning toward
9, 6. Helm aye.
Launch tube 1. Aye, sir.
Alright.
Launch tube 4. Aye, sir.
And torpedo tubes 1 and 4 for this. Tube 1
Con, sonar.
and
Unit is
Tube
running
4.
normally. Con, sonar. Unit is running normally.
Alright,
Come right
both
to
weapons
course.
are running
1,
hot, straight,
4,
normal.
9. Helmi.
I just want to increase my speed a little bit.
Make
And there we
turns for
go.
5 knots.
Kick it up
Good look
manually
out.
to 5 knots. Another good look at this beast called the Seawolf. And let's see how Sierra 12 is going to fare. Alright, now it's not looking good for Sierra 12. Here we go.
1, 2. Con, sonar. Lost the wire. Tube 1.
There's some more explosions. Alright, so it was the first weapon fire, Tube 1, that acquired the Akula and took her out. And just like to clean up my surface picture there, my tactical picture. And another bow down sinking of the Russian sub. Alright, a nice clear night.
Con, radio. New message traffic received.
And there we go. Finally got through that high sea state and we got the broadcast.
Lower the antenna, Chief of the watch eye.
Okay, so there's
Make
those
my
2
depth
points. I just
0,
got to plot
6,
those and
8
run
feet
out to
dive
each
on.
one. Not going to bore you guys with just watching me run at 40 knots up and down the ocean. So, but there they are. So just a quick plot and run them. Do that. So that's been accomplished.
Make my
And we'll
depth
go ahead and surface
0,
the boat.
2,
I like to
7,
end these
surface,
videos
dive
with
on.
Seawolf on the surface, just because. Here she goes, coming up slowly. Gonna break through the water here. Yeah, somebody once had said on another video they'd like to see this reissued with
Commence a
updated
low-pressure
graphics,
blow of all main
you
ballast
know, less
tanks.
polygonish stuff
Con,
like
sonar.
that.
Cavitating.
And I agree with them. I mean, it's the modeling here is pretty solid, and it does force you to use the various stations. But as you can see me going through here now, you can do a lot from your tactical plot. There's a lot of shortcut buttons and stuff too on the keyboard, so updating these graphics, you know, something more like a Cold Waters would be pretty cool. But alright, so 3 Russian subs taken out by the mighty Seawolf class, and until next time.